Hey there! I was talking online with Ben Walsh of Gravitas pens, and he said, I have just the pen for you, because every time I see you, I think, what a monster. This may or may not have happened. I'm not saying it did, and I'm not saying it did not, but it definitely didn't. So the pen we're talking about today is Il Monstro. This is the monster, made by Gravitas pens. Now, it's a large pen, but the monster part really refers to the ink capacity, because it's not an oversized pen. It's girthy, but the proportions are very similar to the highly successful Gravitas vac pen, like their vacuum model. You see that lengthwise there's almost no difference. It lies in the girth. So a lot of ink. I will talk about that mechanism when I tilt the camera down. I can show you better. It's really quite special. This is a magnificent pen. Fair warning, I will cover the parts of the pen. I'll do a writing sample. I'll tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, but I really love it. I think it's a really, really cool design, neat filling system, huge capacity, 7 milliliters. In pen terms, that's massive. That beats an Namiki Emperor. It's insane. And such a beautiful writer. So this is going to be fun, but be prepared for some squealing, because I really like it. Sorry. Very kind thank you to Emmy of Pen Venture and Ben for sending me this. I really appreciate it. Let's get going. Okay, let's talk about the monster. Comes in this really cool case. Did I just throw a whisker on there? That's really weird. Sorry. I knocked off part of my own moustache. That's really disturbing. It disturbs me. Okay, we get this case. Cool, sort of a hard case with a nice handle. I really like the design on it. You have a smooth zipper. Double zipper, actually, so open it any way you like. And then in there is this incredibly soft pen bed. This is kind of like the stuff they make pet beds out of. It really, really soft and smooth. So it's really neat. And then the pen fits in very well there and is secure. It fits in. It will not fall out. Let's talk about this pen. There's a lot to talk about, and I don't want this to be a sort of unending video. So I'm going to cut short a little bit the filling mechanism parts. Ben has really good videos on Instagram where he talks about the whole process and all the parts. I'm not that technical, and again, then I might be wrong and I might bore you, so I'm just going to abbreviate it a little bit. But for now, the Monster currently comes in 3 finishes. It's 285 euros. It has extra fine, fine, medium, or broad number 8 nibs with an ebonite feed. It has a Gravitas vac silhouette, so it's called Monster because of the ink capacity, not because it is a huge pen. It's very comfortable, I think. It's made of anodized aluminum, optical grade acrylic, and 304 stainless steel for the section which I'm about to show you. It has a Delrin cap sleeve, makes for very nice unscrewing the cap, and it has a very cool filling system which I cannot fully demonstrate, but again, on Gravitas, the social media, you can see great demonstrations of it, including slow-mo and all that kind of stuff. So Ben really researched how to get a really good seal for the filling system, and he got into heart valves, as in like medical device heart valves, and that led to the Kraken filling system, which holds if you fully fill it, and that will take more than one pump. You have to do a little trick, but again, you can find that online too, and I've done a video about something like that a while ago. You can get 7 milliliters of ink in there. It uses a quad ring, which is basically a square ring that maintains lubrication in between contact points, and that's where it gets very technical, and that's not my forte, so I'm going to let you figure that out on Instagram with Gravitas, etc. if you want to. The short abbreviation for non-technical people like me is it's a really cool filling system that works really, really well and creates a really tight seal. So there you go. 333 of each finish were made. Currently, as I said, 3 finishes, 143 millimeter body, 43 grams. It's not super light, but it does hold a lot of ink, right? A milliliter of ink, basically 1 gram, so that's 7 grams right there. I'm going to try to cover the parts of the pen in a way that makes sense. And again, I can't show you the filling system super well, but I'm going to do my best. On top of the cap and the finial, we have the Gravitas logo. I'll try to zoom in just a little bit so I can show you that. I'm now forgetting. Sorry, did I show you this next to Pilot Metropolitan? I think I did, but I forget. Sorry. So it's by no means certainly a small pen. Okay, sorry about that. So I have the aluminum of the cap. We have this nice optic resin, very nicely polished. It looks pinkish now, but that's because the ink, it is completely crystal clear when you get it. Very, very cool. Then we have some more aluminum, and I'm assuming some stainless steel for that ring because it looks different, but maybe it's polished aluminum. I don't know. Pen uncaps, nice Delrin inner cap, good seal, nice threads, all very smooth. And then we have the number 8 nib with its ebonite feed, and it's a beautiful, beautiful writer. I'll show you that in just a sec. The slightly, I would say, hourglass shaped section, it's aluminum. It has some texture to it. It's not slippery. People who hate metal sections because they're slippery, this one has some texture. It has those micro grooves in it. They don't seem to catch ink, which is fantastic. It's not hard to clean, but it provides a really nice grip. So I really, really like that. Now, as you can see here, by no means a small pen. And if you do really love posting, I'll have to zoom out a little bit for that, I think, you can post it and it'll post pretty securely. So that's really quite nice. Now I'm going to do next, and this is very dangerous. I'm going to try to show you a little bit of that seal inside. So I'll zoom in. I can't, so the idea is you unscrew this end, pull it out, so there's a rod in there, pull it out, put it in ink, push this part back in, creates a vacuum, draws up ink, works well. Use a little bit of a trick, so push it back up very carefully with ink in it until ink starts to appear at the nib, put it back in the bottle, push it in all the way, you get a bigger and bigger fill. Okay, so you have that very special heart valve inspired seal. It's showing up right there. I don't know how well you can see it. I can't pull it out too far, but it is right there. So that is the seal. Again, you want more information, go to the Gravitas social media pages, and you can show it in, so you can see it in slow motion, you can see it in action, you can get all the technical specs, but for now I think it's very cool. It works very well. Let's do a bit of writing. So zoom out a bit and see how the pen performs. So here we have, I nearly wrote down Bennu, and I have no idea why. Oh, because of Ben, probably. That was prime Ben. Okay, never mind. The Gravitas Monster. This is a broad steel nib. The ink is Edelstein. Oops, sorry, that was me. Star Ruby, which for some reason I thought would be a nice match. If this sounds scratchy, that's because I'm writing on the plastic cover of the notepad I'm using. It is in fact really nice and really smooth. I found it's a very, very pleasant writer, and a wet one at that. Feed keeps up really well, but I mean, nice ebonite feed, right? Really good flow properties, works really well. And as I said, it's a wet pen. Very nice, very wet writer. Line variation, there isn't an awful lot naturally, but it is a broad nib, and as you can see, there is some. You do have a slight stubbiness, slightly wider downstroke than side stroke. It's not a flex nib, so I wouldn't push it, but if you wanted to, you can squeeze out a bit of line variation for sure. Then we have the reverse writing, which is possible and works quite well. It doesn't become super scratchy. So there you have it. Wonderful pen. I do believe the section comes off. I'm not going to try it right now, but so that should make cleaning a little bit easier. Lovely, lovely pen. Let's see what I like about it and what I don't like about it. Things I like about it and things I don't like about it. Well, if you followed this channel for a while, you can see how this pen would tick a lot of my boxes. It's a large pen. I agree it's not really gruesomely oversized or anything. It is girthy. You're going to feel that. If smaller pens are your thing, maybe it's not for you. Again, it's not so much the length, but it's definitely the girth. And that's very important, girth, you know. I read that in Cosmo once. Now, big pen, number 8 nib. To me, that looks beautiful. It looks completely in proportion. I really like it. It's a superb nib with an ebonite feed. It's just a delicious wet writer, and I am madly in love with it. It's just a fantastic performer. I really, really love that. Cool filling system. That is so easy to use. I did about, I think, 2 pumps with a little bit of a trick, but then you get a full capacity fill. It keeps going and going. For how wet it is, it's remarkable how long it keeps going, but that's because of that 7 milliliter in capacity, right? It's huge, even with a very, very wet, broad nib. 3 finishes. If you don't like the silver, there are other colors for you. I wouldn't be surprised if there are further finishes down the road, but I don't know that. I haven't been told that, so that's not like, oh, I know something you don't know. But I'm assuming based on pens they've launched in the past. The section has this delicious texture to it, which is beautiful. It doesn't really, these micro grooves, they don't really catch ink, so it's not when you clean it that you have to really rub really hard to get the ink out because the grooves are so fine. It's superb, and I love it. I love the little details, like this very shiny ring there. It just elevates the design a little bit. The cap is beautiful, slightly bulbous in both the cap and the barrel. I love the aesthetics of that. I think it's a superb pen. Now, things I don't like so much about it. Very little. You get to a price range where you might start to expect a gold nib, and I know there will be people who will say that. What I will counter that with is, bear in mind, this is not a cartridge converter filled pen. This is a very carefully designed filling system with quite a couple of moving parts that will add to the price. The incredible precision with which they're machined, that will add to the price. The research and development that went into it adds to the price. But you get a superbly made pen for it. And with the way this nib performs, you will not miss gold. You will not. It's such a lovely writer. You won't miss it. So I don't find that an issue at all. The one thing I will say about it is these are clipless pens and they will roll. It's a very round design, right? I mean, how is it like a little round? Anyway, it's a round, very round pen, like incredibly round. Tremendously round. It's more round than you now think. That's a very round pen. So anyway, it'll roll off your desk. And you have to be careful. So I use a little pen stand. My good friend William Shakur made some 3D printed pen stands for me. Easy, great. Just bear it in mind, right? Beautiful. The polishing of the acrylic, how clear it is. Like it's tremendous. And I can keep going all day. I really love it. I'm really enthusiastic about it. That's all I can say. So a very kind thank you to Emmy and Ben for sending me the pen. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, because I'm having too much fun with this. I hope this was useful. Let me know what you think of the design, and I'll gladly see you later.